hello, everybody, and welcome back to your Energy Booster Academy. This is once again Janise Padilla, and today I have a very special guest that will share with us on how to ensure your deals so you won't damage your dreams. I mean, those deals really could be life changing. It could really damage your dreams or break your dreams, if not your heart. But then that's what I'm saying to my friend. She needs to share this topic because this is something that we need to be aware of. But before that, yeah, previously we have learned from Kelsey on how a loving approach to leadership can change the world. And I hope you guys have learned so much about it. Um if you haven't watched it, you can check on my YouTube account. So if you want to scan the QR code, that will lead you to my YouTube account, and all the contents are there, including my weekly podcast. So don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, let's move on. So today, or in today's episode, we will be learning, okay, once again from another special guest who is very dear to me, to my heart. She is, again, another sister from, a sister from another mother. And yeah, I met her 2 years ago in Vegas. During our GoPro event with Eric Worre and Tony Robbins, of course. And she is also one of my accountability partners. She's very driven, and what I really like most about her is that she is willing, really, willing to do anything or everything to make her dreams come true. She is a government employee as well as an entrepreneur. She is a mother of two boys and an expert in legal counseling, and ensuring that these things, this will ensure that you are not signing your life away or over, because that, signing over something that you're not understanding, which is, all these contracts are very, I honestly, I don't read them before I sign them. So I am one of those who are guilty on just signing my life over or my life away with all these contracts. And yeah, of course, as I've said, she is, yeah, a dear friend. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Janise Rambert. Hello, hello.
Hi, how are you, beautiful? How you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing and so excited for you to share
I'm
this
s-
very important topic that we need to learn.
Thank you. Thank you for
So,
having
yeah.
me.
How about you? Are you ready?
I am ready. I'm ready and willing and able today. I thank you for allowing me this time to just be on the set with a impact, powerful, and my sister as well. When we first met, it was interesting because I have a thing about J names. And of course my name is Janine.
Mm-hmm.
So when I met you, I was all like, I love her. She's my sister for life. And so
Yeah.
a lot of times when we meet people, we don't know how long they're going to be in our life. The good book for what I read is a season for everything. And this is the season where we go forth and claim what we believe and know and trust. And so I declare and decree that we're going to get everything that we deserve and then some. Okay. So I thank you. Just a little bit about me, like you already indicated. I am an educator. I've been with the government for many years, but I'm also an entrepreneur. And this was not my first pick. This is not the concept or idea of what I thought I will be doing. The journey of discovery, stepping out on faith and doing something different, going against what everyone has told you. Because I grew up where you have to read, study, get a good education, get the great job, get one of those type of benefit type jobs, because, this is a security, so to speak. But as you can see right here, my shirt says freedom ain't free. And it
True.
present. I just came back from a leadership conference. I was in Dallas, Texas this weekend with TD Jakes. He has a conference that he has annually as well. And one of the speakers had indicated that this term, this word, freedom ain't free. And I was like, it kind of like resonated with my soul, my spirit. And I could not understand why he was saying it, but it stayed with me. Fast forward, I came home. My mom gave me a package, and in the package, this shirt was there in the term.
Wow.
And I right, wow was correct. So then I quickly called the woman who made the shirt for me, and I said, "Why would you make that? Where did you get that information? What was renowned?" My uncle used to say that, and
Mm-hmm.
I was like, and my family was very much into legal consultation, making sure we come together as a community to ensure that we're not being taken advantage of. And so, all of my life as a helper, you're a nurse. So, you
Mm-hmm.
understand the reason why we're of service, the impact
Mm-hmm.
of being of service, the hospitableness of being a person of service is so valuable and important. So this started my journey of how can I help? What have I gone through that I can also share and self disclose as to why I want to do this? So let's just backtrack. I went to John Jay College and I wanted to become a corporate lawyer. That journey didn't happen, okay? But I was still
Okay.
a lawyer, okay? Before I decided to change my mind and do 101 different other things. But I always wanted to be a lawyer. Even still, in my mind, that's what I do. I deal with regulations and laws and the logistics of different things. So when this opportunity fell in my lap, I thought this was some kind of practical joke. I remember
Mm-hmm.
when I graduated from Syracuse University and I had signed a contract. My mom was working for one of those top industry, Verizon, now no, but
Mm-hmm.
it was 9X back in the days, and we signed a contract. And in the contract, it had all these regulations, details, things I didn't really understand. You put a deposit down, and you think, okay, I put a deposit down, I signed a contract, we can go about our business. And what happened was my mom company went on strike. She could not afford to help me pay for my tuition. So I went back to the people and I let them know, look, try to be responsible and tell them that I could not, move in. They were like, well, you have no other choice. You have to move in. To make a long story short, they put that information on my credit report, which brought my credit score down to, I think, like 500, 400 as a 19-year-old or 20, early 20. My credit report dropped. They not only did that 10 years later, they tried to take me to court to sue me for the whole year for the rent and said that I owed them. Now, this thing was on my credit report for over 7 years. It stifled my development, my growth in some areas and aspects of my life. And I couldn't understand what was going on. Another
Mm-hmm.
piece of our book saying, our people perish because of a lack of knowledge. And it's very applicable. You
That's
know,
true.
a lot of times we go to the doctor's appointments and we're standing at the kiosk and they give us all these paperwork and we're just signing blindly, saying yes and clicking the dot and just trying to get it over with. I've been guilty of that. And I know all of us have been very guilty of
I
signing
am.
things. And now we're in the digital space. So, not for nothing, the print wasn't that big to begin with. Okay. And so it's not big. The print is not big, but we're not even reading. We're just going based on the trust that this person is not going to take advantage of us, that they're not going to get over on us, that we're going to believe that it's going to be okay.
That's true. For sure.
And so that is the issue that keeps happening. This is not a singular issue because I think we all have been very guilty of trusting the process and then realizing the fine print says something different and that you only had 14 days with a receipt, with the package, with some other nonsense. I mean, we're talking about like basic life stuff, even at Dollar Tree. or the dollar store or whatever, if you don't go back, even if you go back with the receipt, they won't give you your money back. They will only give you the item to replace something. You can only exchange. You can never get your money back. And some of these stores have their own different rules. And we're doing a currency exchange, and there is contract. These are legal bonding situations that we're paying people to take advantage of us.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, going back to what you have just shared. So, how did you get away with that? You said they were suing you after 10 years for that contract. What happened?
So what happened was, it was a lot of fear. It was a lot of pressure going on. And I did not go up to Syracuse. This was when I was living in Syracuse. But at the time, I was going to go up to Syracuse, get a lawyer, fight through the process, and try to redeem my name, get my name back in order, and have these people off my back. What happened was the judge threw the case out. He indicated that
Oh,
this was unfair treatment, that this was not a leg, they didn't have a leg to stand on. But imagine if I did go up. Imagine if I did spend for a lawyer. Imagine if I had to redeem myself, because my story is a little bit different than some other people's story. Okay, because they do have
mhm.
to pay for a lawyer, they do have to pay for the course, they do have to pay for the time, and
Mhm.
not everyone understands what they're signing. In Dallas, Texas, I just came back, a lady signed a contract because she thought she was renewing her contract, and they only renewed it for 3 months. She's been living there for over 30 years, and now they want to remodel the apartment, and they told her she has to move. Now
Oh,
she doesn't have
wow.
a place to live. She has nothing. And she thought she was doing something that was what she was supposed to do. Because a lot of times we are comfortable with the person that is coming to us. So we want to trust the process. The problem is that these contracts, the binding information, the information that people are not willing to share, or the fine print that is not being read, people are getting taken advantage of. And that's just a little small piece of things that's happening.
Yeah, yeah, because how, I mean, how in the world, like sometimes we are in a hurry and like we really don't, I don't pay attention to all these contracts. Like, you get a phone and you get a plan on whatever network and they let you sign all these agreements. Well, yeah, we do that anywhere. Like, when we buy something, just what you've said, we're signing all these agreements and we're just signing, but then we really don't understand what we are
Absolutely.
signing.
Yeah, you're speaking of phones, now they don't really have contracts, but so you buy a phone, right? And you want to upgrade. They do this exchange and you get a new number. It is a contract. You're still signing stuff because things happen even with that. Okay? Because if you don't pay for the phone, then they will put you in collections because you didn't pay for the phone. So there is still a lengthy contract. You're just not signing it, but they can put you in debt collection. Okay. They are going to garnish you and come after you because you sign an agreement to get this phone, which is a contract. And sometimes the phone, because this happened to me with one of these companies, the phone didn't work in my house. It worked
Mm.
outside, but as soon as I came into the apartment, the phone would not work. And the
Oh,
right. So what is the point in having a phone and you can't make phone calls in your home?
true, there's no network. So,
Right. Right. So
okay, so you have to
when
go back and return the phone, right?
well, no, they told me that this was the deal that I have, and I didn't have an exchange process. There was no exchange, and this happened to be during the pandemic, right? So
Okay.
so this was a lot of craziness happening. And so a lot of times people suffer in silence, just assuming that things will get better. There's nothing you can do. You try to Google and find everything, figure it out, use all these AI features and different things. But guess what? AI does not have a law degree. It doesn't have a JD. It's
Mm.
not your investigator or your private agent. It's not going to restore your good name. It's not going to help you with your password protection. Okay. It's a
That's
whole
right.
laundry list of what AI is not going to do because it's not human. Okay.
That's right.
There's some
That's
things that AI can support you with, but AI is not going to replace me as a breathing entity. And so a lot of
yeah.
times people feel like, oh, I got this. I'm going to figure this out. But we don't have to figure it out alone. And that's
Mm.
really my plea today, to be honest, because I would never want anyone to go through what I've gone through. Fast forward, I did sign another contract, right? I mean, I've signed contracts. Let's go there. And I signed a contract because I was going through some legal stuff with my kid's father. And I wanted to ensure that my children would be able to travel, go see the world, do something like get out of the parameters of the familiar. Let's not just hang around the four corners that we're familiar with. Let's go somewhere. So I got into a timeshare, right? And a lot of times we
Mm.
get into different things of that nature. Everything's a timeshare now. Okay, you got the hotel perks. They sell you this. They upgrade you here, whatever. So everyone's timeshare or hotel perk or whatever looks different. Okay, but these are all contracts. Okay,
Mm.
so I
Mm.
signed the thing in a particular state because every state, by the way, has different rules and different regulations. So
Mm.
this state happens to be Florida. And so I signed, and then I'm like, okay, I'm not using this. I want to get out. And then I'm like, oh no, you have to die with this. You have to die
Oh.
with it. And they say your children gets to keep it too. I'm like, no, 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 no. My children didn't sign anything. But what these people try to do is pass it on to your children because in their mind, they feel like someone else needs to pay. And so they want to ensure that they lock you and your family in for life. And this is a lot that happens when you sign contracts. Even when a person
Mm.
owns a home and they don't have a will, and then you pass away and the state comes in
Mm.
and the state decides what they want to do with your property. By the time the
Wow.
family gets something, they may not be alive to get it because the state has the final say as to what they want to do. These are contracts.
That's crazy. Right? I mean, so we need to be aware of this because, yeah, just like that, what you're saying, like if you don't have the will, then if something happens to you and life is not certain, then, if the state will decide that, to give away this home or to, use this property for them or whatever, then what's going to happen to your family?
Absolutely.
And
And
you
so,
worked hard for that, and that's your blood and tears and sweat.
right.
So
Freedom.
yeah, how do we, let's move forward now to how can we help our audience have an awareness to make sure that what they're signing won't take all their hard work away or won't break all those or damage their dreams.
Right. So just to take off the pressure, because as a busy mom, I'm a single mom, I'm a dancer, I'm an educator, I'm a fitness instructor, and the list goes on, right? I can't do it all. Time
Yeah.
is very valuable to all of us. And instead of sitting back guessing and stressing and praying and hoping, you know,
Mm.
I decided to outsource and establish another means and a way to ensure that I don't have to continue to read the fine print with the magnifying glass. Because some of these prints, let's go there. I have something right in front of me. It's quite
Mm.
small. Okay. It's very small. You can't see it, you know? And the reality is that I just don't know what I'm reading. The jargon, the language, it's a disconnect, legally
Mm.
speaking. You need a thesaurus, you need a definition, you need someone to explain, because it's written in a way where you think you understand it, but it really means something else. And so you need a professional. You need that type of service. You need that help. And a lot of times people are very much like, I'm independent. I don't need another bill.
Mm.
But how much is it worth your peace of mind and your sanity? Just for if
Mm.
I could have just spoke to me when I was a little girl or a little bit younger. I'm still a little
Mm.
girl in my head, okay? Let's go there.
Yeah,
I'm still a little girl, okay? I don't care what nobody says. I'm going to be little for life,
of course.
okay? If I could have told the Janise many years ago not to do certain things, the stress, that the ignorance, the time, the shame, and the guilt, that I
Mm.
would have saved myself, you know? And it's not a lot of money, because to me, what is the cost of your freedom, your sanity? You know,
It's priceless.
it's less than a McDonald's meal. Let's go
Mm.
there. And to me, I don't eat McDonald's, but McDonald's is not the $10. I don't think they even have the dollar menu anymore. I think everything has gone up.
No, it's expensive now. There's no more $1.
Right.
Even the Dollar Tree, it's $1.25.
Plus tax. Look, plus
Plus
tax.
tax, yeah.
Right. So nothing is $1 anymore. I don't think you get anything for $1 anymore. So this is less than $1 a day. Okay? That's the blessing in this. And this is $1 a day. No tax. Okay? Which is a blessing. And so I actually stumbled across someone who had a service, and they spoke to me pertaining to the value of the service. And I said, wow, you know what? I could use this just by itself for someone else to read the fine print for me, just so I can understand what am I getting into? What am I signing?
So how much is it? Like how much do we have to pay to get to have somebody to read the fine print and to see if we want to agree to that contract?
So for unlimited consultation on the situation, like I said, it's $1 a day.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, to save you from all the headaches and to give you peace and freedom. Yeah, I mean those things are priceless.
Right. And the pain that you go through. Like I
The
said,
pain.
I also went to the TD Jakes conference, and the man, I forgot his name that fast, but I believe it's Hope Bryant. Is his middle name is Hope and his last name is Bryant. But what he said was, depending on your zip code and your credit score, it will determine your lifespan.
Oh,
Right.
that's
Think about
I'm
it.
scared.
Right. So if your zip code is in a particular area where maybe low economics going on, and your credit score is also very low, your lifespan is expected to deplete due to that.
Why?
The stress,
Oh.
the doubt, the fears, what
Mm.
resources do you have available that gives you the hope? And not to
Mm.
say that you can't survive, but the
Mm.
people around you, the more stress you have in your life and your home, the less the less likely you be living. And my
That's
grandmother,
true.
my grandmother
I
told,
agree.
yeah,
Yeah.
as a nurse, you should,
As a
right?
nurse, stress
Right.
is the major cause of diseases.
Right.
If you don't have the quality of life that you have that you should have, then for sure you'll have all these diseases, especially cardiovascular diseases.
Absolutely. My grandmother was 98, God bless her. And
Wow.
I asked her a question. I said, Grandma, how did you do it? How did
Mm,
you live so long? And because I want to know the secret. Everybody want to know the secret to the fountain of youth. She was a homeowner. She was a worker. She was a nurse. She walked. She took care of her sister till she was 100 plus, you know. And I said to her, like, how did you do it? And she said, you know what? I didn't let anything stress me. And I said, what? You didn't let anything stress you? What? Case in point, when you are
I
in,
agree.
right, if you are in a situation, it takes the quality of your mind and your life and your
Yeah.
spirit. And it,
You know, yeah, you couldn't sleep if you have these kind of problems, you know, that you need to go to court or you need to pay a certain amount that you don't have because of what you signed
right,
that you did not understand.
right. And absolutely. And I mean, like I said, our life is a binding contract. We deal
Mm.
with everyday life, and we really need to see clarity as to what we're doing. And as we get older, I don't think people are having conversations at the round table or at the dinner table, especially to their children, about protecting your digital space, of protecting your digital inventory, because now everything is moving digitally. We're not
Mm.
walking around with papers anymore, but the
No.
digital space is literally taking over. As you can see, I have a whole lot of paper because I'm not fully into the digital, but I understand, I respect that, but we have to understand the print is getting smaller. Okay. The print is getting
Mm.
digitalized, and we need to still understand the terms and the consequences. And so there's financial implications. Hi, Naomi. I see Naomi.
Yeah.
That's my other sister. But it is still getting complicated, as we move forward, and we just don't know. We're talking just regular stuff, a regular conversation. You don't have to be a owner to have issues with just information or paperwork or companies taking your stuff and doing what they want. I remember I live in New York City. So I remember I parked my car outside. I parked it in a spot. I came outside. There's no sign, but I parked my car outside. The tow
Mm-hmm.
truck picked up the car and moved it somewhere else because where I live, they wanted to do a movie.
Oh.
There was no warning. They just moved my car somewhere else. I
Oh.
had no idea. They didn't give me a note. There was no poster. I had no idea where my car was.
I couldn't imagine.
Right. And this is what people are doing with your life. They're doing things, they're picking things up, putting things on you, and making you responsible for it. And then they're telling you, figure it out. Someone saw me looking for my car, and they told me, oh, I think they moved it 5 blocks down. And they walked me to my car, a complete stranger. Helped me find my car. But that's not how life has to go. You understand? This
Right.
is just an example of how we're deer in headlights, floating through life, and then when life events actually happen, that's when it's all hands on deck. That's when we're like, oh, we got to get serious. We got to figure this out. That's when we all come together and try to get cousins and grandmas and everybody in, because there's all different types of lawyers. Now, your cousin may be a criminal lawyer, but they're
Mm.
not an estate planner. Okay,
Mm.
they don't know anything about your tax auditing, because you need a
Mm.
lawyer for that. Because guess what? No one's exempt from being audited. Okay. Just
Yeah.
because you don't make as much as you think, you're not exempt. Okay. And so you need
Mm.
different lawyers for different things.
Mm.
And
Okay.
as I've gotten older, I've not realized how many times I've had to pick up the phone, ask a question about
Mm.
family concerns, about children's services, about education. I wanted my son to have certain opportunities. There was a glitch in the school system, and nobody could explain to me exactly what was going on. And then they told me that my son had to go to the local school because everything is digitalized. This happened during COVID or whatever. And then we applied digitally to the schools. And then nobody could tell me anything of what happened to the schools we applied to. So
Mm.
I called the lawyer. I had an education lawyer. We wrote up what they wrote the letter for me. We emailed, and then all of a sudden, information started flowing in differently. You know,
Wow.
but this happened to me, and I was just like, I can't believe I'm going through this in my life with things that I would never think I would have to do.
Yeah, and that's a stressor.
It is a stressor. It is absolutely a stressor. And
Yeah.
I want to live past 98 if I can. So I don't need everything to be
For
out.
sure, why
You know?
not? You can,
Right.
right? So like, yeah, so we have to make sure that we have someone or somebody um who could understand and read the fine print for us, and these services are available, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So where can they get these services?
So I actually have free information that I would love to share. I have a pamphlet right here that I'm giving with information and details as well. And you can text help, the HELP, to 718
Give me a sec.
7
Text help
help, mm-hmm,
to
718
718
734
734
06
0 06
77.
77.
And so, depending on what you may need, because I have quite a free.
Is this? Can you check?
That is it. That is it.
Perfect. Okay, you guys, if you want to get access to this literature and to what Janise is trying to give us for free, don't forget to text help to 718-734-0677. Okay, move forward.
I love it. I love this. This is great. Look at
Yes.
this. Oh, you
Go,
fancy
girl.
with this. I love it. My sister's good, girl. This is a good
Of course. Only the best for you.
Okay. I love this. I don't have to. I got the old-fashioned index card right here. Okay, look. We gotta do it the old-fashioned way. Okay. Everybody can see it. Look, that's right. Look. There's nothing wrong with old school. There is nothing wrong. You got the fancy way. Look, I still got the digital right here. Don't laugh at me. Look, I got my own thing going on here. Okay.
Okay. Okay, next.
Laughter is good for the soul too. That's
It's a
good.
good
Okay.
medicine. Yes.
That's good.
I love it. I love that. Well, I also have it here. It's not just you, girl. I'm kind of fancy, but I have post-its everywhere.
That's right.
No.
Look, I know y'all see my board, my manifestation board, and all these postcards. Look, I believe in affirming things. I can't do everything digital. There is still value in old-fashioned paper. Okay.
Whatever works for you, my love. I'll support you. You know that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love you. Yeah. So, and it's like I said, it's a matter of just having information. It's a matter of understanding what information that you have. When I opted to join this company and become an educator and a consultant, I didn't understand the value because I'm independent. I'm very much used to doing things on my own. I'm strong, and I don't want people in my business. Let's go there. Many of us are very prideful, and we want to save money and not waste money, and we don't have time to look into something that's going to take. Because
wait. Let me intervene. we spend money on things that has no value. I mean, sometimes we just don't prioritize. Like we squander, right? I mean, sometimes there is nothing left. We live paycheck by paycheck, and
We
then we realize, like, where did the money go?
right,
And there's no really value in where we put our money. So yeah, let me just add that. So
right,
I hope you guys prioritize
right,
what is important. Like this one, this is important. Okay, go ahead.
right. And so it is not about a matter of not, oh, that's not me. No, it may not be. And I pray to God it never will be,
Mm,
you know. But I do know that people do suffer in silence. I do
mm,
know that things happen to good people all the time. And I also know that if you don't know your rights, you don't have any rights.
true.
Okay, these are all facts.
I like it. I like that. I like that.
And so it's really important that we come together to understand you don't have to sit back, figure it out, and do it alone or try to have a false expectation that, oh, this will just go away. It's not going to go away. In fact, Les Brown indicated something. He said, you're either coming out of a problem, going into a problem, or going through the problem. But we're not going to be exempt from problems because this
Mm,
life has layers. Okay.
mm,
And the resource and outsourcing information and connecting to important things that have value for us in our life is muy importante, which
mm.
basically very important, right?
Very important.
Very important. So for me, it's not a matter. I know for me, if I had something like this, I would not have gone through what I went through. I would not have signed those contracts. Okay. I would not have felt like someone could stick things in my credit score or on my credit and I just say, "Oh well, there's nothing I can do." Do you know that people that have low credit scores or low income are taking more advantage of than the people that have more value, more economics than anyone else? So when people say, "Oh, my credit is already messed up. No one is going to steal from me." Those are the people that get hacked the fastest and get taken advantage of the most because they don't
They're
have,
vulnerable.
yeah,
Yeah.
they leave themselves open,
Mm.
because they think, oh, it doesn't matter. Well, if you say so, it
Well, yeah, I mean, no, no, it matters.
does matter. So, just like you said, just discussing the professionalism and speaking to people that actually are professional that do these things for a living. You
Mm,
know, I didn't understand the value of having the proper resources or the mentorships until I've gotten older. I don't like doing my taxes. I know how to do them. I dread sitting back, collecting paper, getting out the calculator, doing the numbers, doing the Excel sheet and everything else. Why not hire a CPA? Someone
mm.
that is trained can do it, and all I have to do is upload the evidence, and then
Right.
I reap the benefits. It's the same thing. We always don't want to cook for ourselves. Now, don't get it twisted. I know if I cook for myself, I know what I'm putting in it. I know but I can also overeat. Okay, I'll make too much. Okay, but the point in going out to enjoy something is a treat, so you can just relax and feel like quality, like you're being service. You're having a service. And so that is what I'm after, having a service, taking away the extra guessing, the second guessing, the confirmation of something else, but just making sure that you're okay. And just for today, I can actually say, I'm okay.
I love that. I love that. You know, that's peace. That's peace of mind. And that's something that nobody can take away from you.
Yeah.
And that's something that you can't buy in Walmart
Mm,
or in wherever.
Right.
right?
And
So
my kids value it too because my kids are covered. It's a
that's really great.
one payment, the whole family is covered for $1 a day.
So what is that? What is that product? What is it that you guys are offering that could give peace of mind to others?
So
Because
what
yeah,
we
I
all
think everybody is signing a contract. You maybe everybody who's above 18, right, can sign a contract, or 21. So I think everybody is signing a contract. You're just getting a phone, you sign a contract, you're buying something, you're everything, right? So how much more we're like with your big purchases. So we have to know what are our rights and what we are signing, because yeah, that will directly affect the quality of our life.
absolutely.
So what is it? Give us
So
the goods, come
so,
on.
so I'm going to deflect and tell you this much, okay? I do want
Uh-huh.
people to actually text the information so I can give them the freebie of what they need, because I do offer different freebies, okay? But what I'm going to say is that what we offer is not just one thing, okay? It's a
Mhm.
colossal of different things. That's why my
Wait,
children.
so my friend here, Nanette, is saying that she's about to sign a big contract. So, like, Nanette, you have to text Janice this. Text help to this number. You're seeing it in the screen, so she can help you with that. Okay, go ahead,
Okay.
Janice.
So what it is that what you do today will impact you for tomorrow and will impact
Mm-hmm.
your children. That's why to
Mm.
me, when I first decided to sign and join this, I wanted to look at how can I help my children and not make the mistakes I have created in my life. Okay?
Mm.
Not that my life is falling apart, but
Mm.
there's certain things that you just want other people not to have to go through. Okay? And we
Yes.
all want the best. So for me, it's just making sure that my children are safe, because
Mm.
this particular app that I do have, this information that I do have, that is on my phone because it's all digital, but I speak to real people,
Mm.
affords me the ability to protect my digital information, I can ask for legal consultation. Even if I
Mm.
run the traffic sign, I be
Mm.
able to speak to somebody 24/7 in case of an
Wow.
emergency. And so to me, those are very valuable and important things for me, because see,
Yes.
Lynette is not the only person that's signing something. You said that we sign at 18. I'm going to take you back a little bit further.
Mm.
My son signs, they start teaching children how to sign. Now, the kids nowadays, they don't know how, they don't do script anymore for whatever reason. They'll do an X, or they only could do print now for whatever reason. I don't know what that's about. But when you start working,
Uh-huh.
that's your contract. The
Oh
day
yeah, yeah, for sure.
and you
Yes.
start
So
getting your
good.
summer job and you start working and you get your first paycheck or whatever from whatever service or thing, that is your contract. We start contracts early.
Mm.
Okay. Any exchange of currency is a contract.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
you already started your kids off with their contract. Okay. Once you gave your child, because my son has a credit card, and I think most parents have the Chime card or a credit card. They
Venmo card at 13, they can have Venmo
Yeah,
card.
they have Venmo cards. They even have the Cash App cards.
Yes.
And so you do know that those things can get hacked. Those things can get
Mm.
compromised. Okay,
Mm.
because there's now a eavesdropping thing out there that want to take everything from you. And so those
Mm.
are also contracts that we sign, that we have.
Okay.
And we're teaching our kids the value of contracts, but digitally, believe it
Mm-hmm.
or not. But we're not showing them be careful, because someone is actually going to steal that information from you too.
Yeah, that's very possible because yeah, these hackers are just getting smarter.
Yeah. And what is the government doing to help you?
Oh no, they don't care. You
Right.
just
That
have to
one
pay
right
the IRS. That's it.
there.
It's
Exactly.
tax season, y'all. And yeah, the IRS, you just have to pay them. That's all they need. That's all they
Right.
care about.
So I work for the federal government. I love my job. I love the government. I'm not gonna lie, okay? Because I want to keep my job.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say this. When my social security number was compromised and my son, the government sent me a letter. And on the
Oh,
letter, what they said was, keep this letter just in case something happens. I still have
uh-huh.
the letter. But let me ask you something. That letter didn't come with a private investigator. That letter didn't come with reassurance that money was going to come in if someone took something or my whole identity away from me. It didn't come with confirmation that it was going to protect me and secure my family or my son. It didn't say anything other than keep this letter just in case. Thank God
Wow.
nothing happened.
Of
But
course. Why
but
why would they care? Like
right. But this but I only got the letter and I
you
still
have
have
the
the
letter.
letter approved.
You
I
have
think
the
I'm gonna find
evidence.
it. Right. I have the
You have
letter.
the proof.
Right. That's some and then I have to prove that it wasn't me that stole my identity, it was somebody else.
Okay.
Right. That one right there, you're laughing, but that it wouldn't be funny. Okay? It wouldn't be funny.
It won't be funny. No,
Right.
no, that's not funny, but yeah, just whoo.
So I mean,
So
it's a
what do we do now?
so what do we do? You contact me. You also text the help. Okay, the 718-734-0677. And the tips that I will give you, because it's different tips. See, the reason why I'm saying I want to give you something is because there's a whole laundry list of details that I can offer you. I'm going to save some of my secret source for my freebies because I would like to get to understand and know the community. Because it's not, like I said, a matter of it's not happening now. Yeah, and I
Mm,
pray it never happens now. And I pray it never happens to your children or your family members.
it
But we
could.
all go through things. I remember with the bank, I was something just told me, check my account. And I looked at my account and there was something that said blood insurance. And I said, what? Blood insurance. And I opened up the account. Now, mind you, I have Chase. This is a renowned company or whatever. They sent me a text message on a book that I was at Target. I was buying a $15 book and they wanted to confirm it was me. Okay. You know how the text message will tell you confirm if it's you and you have to say yes and prove that it's you. So I said
Yeah.
yes.
Oh.
Well, guess what? Chase didn't text me when they took $1,500 out my account for blood insurance, but they text me when I went to Target for a $15 book.
Why? Why?
Well, when I called them, they said, "Oh, we didn't know."
No, it doesn't make sense.
Right, and then you see how you're saying it doesn't make sense. That's how I felt when my money
Mm.
was not in my account, and I couldn't understand why didn't I get a notification message or a call. And I know I'm not the only person that does not always get a call when something has taken money out of their account and they happen to look and they're like, what's going on here? And so little things like that, because see, the banks, they have protection. The schools, they have protection. You go into a hospital, I tell you right now, the hospital have all type of protection. You could
Oh
call
yeah.
yourself suing them or whatever. You think you're going to get something out of them. They already have you signed your whole life away. And they said, no, right
Mm.
here on the dotted line. You didn't see that HIPAA violation. You said we could collect all your data and information and sell it.
Mm.
We sign
That's
contracts
true.
all the time, medical information away, all everything.
Usually we sign contract to protect the entity that it's involved in that contract and not to protect us. They don't care.
Right. Because the insurance company has contracts and they have legal protection, and they're going to make sure that they work with their lawyers and make sure if you get into an accident, how can we give you the lowest amount and protect their interests and then kick you off the insurance afterwards.
Yeah. That's very sad, but that's very true.
Yeah. So how do you protect yourself? How do you understand what's going on? You can actually join that type of team and get the same block treatment, the red carpet treatment, the blessings the same way, where you can pick up the phone, you can actually communicate and speak to someone to ensure that you're not being taken advantage of, and understand that there's more than meet the eyes. And the conference this weekend, I keep talking about the conference this weekend.
You go ahead and share with us.
TDJ said something that was so impactful. He
Okay.
said, it's all an illusion. And I'm thinking to myself, what's an illusion? I
Yeah.
think that this is real, like it's all an illusion. He said, we don't even know we're there until we get through there. And then we're still not there.
Mm,
You
that's
don't
deep.
know what you don't know. You have no clue to what you need, what is before you, what you're about to get, or what is going to happen, because you're so caught up with the familiar. We're so caught up with the concept that we know, what we know, like, and trust, right? Like the original. How many of us go to the restaurant? We order the exact same thing all the time. I'm guilty. I
I
never
am.
like the tea.
I am. I am.
I look, I'm the first one to tell you I'm gonna order what I know. I look at the whole menu and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try this. And then all of a sudden I order the familiar, because the familiar is safe. You order
Yes.
something that is like different, and how about you don't like it? Then you have to tell the person to take it back. Then you scared that they're gonna spit in your food, talk about you, or service is gonna be poor or whatever. So we don't want to make waves, right? We want to be comfortable. We want to stay in the familiar. Well, staying in the familiar is not always the best thing, okay? And it doesn't
It's
right,
never the best thing.
right.
There's no growth in the familiar.
There is no growth. There is no growth in the familiar. And there's no clarity, there's no vision, and there's no understanding, because now you have stagnate yourself. And they said, what Les said, you gotta live full and die empty. Too many times we're holding on to the old, and we're never
Mm.
going to release the importance of what it is that we have, and that's the new.
This is really good. So, yeah, to get deeper, I love what you're saying. I love what you're sharing here. This is so true. And I hope people will have the awareness that we need to dig deeper. We need to get out of the comfort zone and learn more from others. Like just like this content that that we have right now, this is something that we don't want to talk about. We just we're busy, and maybe when we get there we'll be there, but not right now, in which we already there but then we don't pay attention. So this is important, and having you here, I just would like to congratulate you for taking this time of just being curious. What are they going to talk about here? What is this deals that won't damage my dreams? I know that's a catchy title, but this
Mhm.
is very important.
Right.
And yeah, if either you are watching this live or you're watching this on replay, I hope you text help to 718-734-0677, because you guys, we all need help. All
Especially
right?
young women, especially the women. I find that my sisters, we all try to be strong, independent, especially nowadays. Like literally, girl power for sure. But it's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay to get help. It's okay to have support. It's okay to want to lean on somebody. It's okay to want to cry. It's okay not to know. And it's okay to be humble about it and not and let
Yes.
your pride down, you know,
Yes.
because pride is the thief. That's the thief of joy. It'll steal everything from you. And just knowing that you don't have to do this alone. We have so many support groups, so many resources available. Well, I think we're overwhelmed with resources to the point where people don't want the help because they're like, oh, what more is this? But it's healthy help, and then there's that nosy help. You understand? I'm not on TikTok trying to be that nosy help. Now, there's some help on TikTok because I learned how to fold some pants for travel. That was the best help I could ever
Yeah.
get in my life. You know, I fold the pants as tiny as this, and I was so happy. Okay, look, it was real tiny. I was able to take 50 pair of pants in my car in my bag. Okay, because I learned how
Yeah.
to fold my pants. Look, there's value in everything. That's what I'm saying. There's value in certain things, and but you have to utilize proper resources to help you in life unexpected events. And that is what I'm talking about, you know? And as women, as people, as just surviving in a country that looks like it's going through a process, we need all types of help
Yeah.
because the bottom line is there is something in between those lines that we just don't see or understand.
That's for sure. Wow. Thank you so much for all this value that you're given to us, sister. Like, I'm so overwhelmed and I'm so proud of what you are doing. And I know that you have a dance practice at 5:30 and I guess we only have 2 minutes here. So, yeah, I won't hold you more than that. But anything that you would like to say to our audience?
Just want to thank you for the platform. I want to thank you for entrusting me as a sister, as a friend, as a believer, as a prayer partner, and just allowing me to speak my truth. You know, I think to meet someone virtually, I met her virtually, everyone. And I know it was a God connection. You know, I'm a faith believer. So I believe that nothing happens in this world by accident. Everything has a reason, a season, and a purpose. And when I met her, I was all like, she's too nice. Like, this is not a real person. But,
This
you
is
know,
AI.
yeah, yeah, too nice. I'm thinking to myself, oh no, because look, I'm from New York City. We're not that nice, okay? And she was like very nice. And I said to myself, you know what? It's not her, but it's the God in her. It's the spirit.
Amen.
You know, and a lot
Amen.
of people, there are still good people in this world. Not everybody is out to get you. Not everybody is out to hurt you, but there's
Mm,
still evil there. And there are
mm,
still desperate people. And there are people who want what you have and you don't even know that they want it because they didn't know you didn't know that they needed what you had. So they're going to do whatever it takes to get whatever from you just to make your life miserable. My whole thing and my I guess my course today or my speech today is only just to ensure that we have the proper tools to survive. Because I don't want us just to survive, I want us to thrive. And I thank you. I thank you for loving me. I thank you for sharing this moment with me. And I thank you for the laughters. Because I can laugh in
my
the car all
pleasure.
day. Look, all
My
day.
pleasure. And you're always welcome. And you can always come back to this show and talk about something else. I know you have overflowing wisdom. You're all over the place. Like, you invest in yourself for your growth. You invest in not just in your personal growth, but also your spiritual growth. I know that you are reading the Bible, you are knowing God every day, and yeah, this is not an accident. And I know for sure that all of us, we're not good in everything, but we have someone who is good in something, and that will add to our, that will add to our values. So this is what we are doing. This is why I am inviting, different speakers who who specialize in whatever, anything under the sun, who could add value to everyone. Because if we do this together, then we can thrive and not just survive. I love you all. I love you, sister. And
I
thank
love
you
you.
so much. Thank you
Thank
so much,
you.
everybody. Don't forget to share this to your loved ones. Don't forget to text. Where is it again? Help. That's help. All right, you owe this to me. Text help to 718-734-0677. I love you. God
Love you.
bless.
God bless.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.